Hello, friends, and welcome to Hope Worth Repeating, a weekly podcast segment of Behind the Mic podcasts. I'm so glad you're here today. I come to you every Thursday with a new creator, author, writer, and their work to bring you hope. Today, I want to feature a song, actually, instead of a book. This is a song that, through the years, has challenged me, convicted me, pushed me in my walk with God, and I hope it can do the same for you. So if you find yourself dealing with a situation in your life that requires forgiveness, today is for you. And if you find yourself feeling like you can't forgive because that means that you have to reconcile, today is for you as well. And if you're not really even sure where to start when it comes to forgiving someone for something they've done against you that has been so hurtful, maybe it was someone even really close to you, like a relative or a spouse or a child, and you're not really sure where to start, I hope today can be a help. Today I'm featuring Kevin Levar and his song, A Heart That Forgives. This song came to me, I believe. I was watching television one day, and actually it was worship music television, and this was back in 2009, and this song came on, and I was going through one of the hardest times in my life. Something had happened in my marriage that was deeply hurtful, and I had been betrayed by not only my spouse, but by one of my best friends, all happening at the same time. I was separated from my spouse then at the time and had three small children at home. And daily, I was really struggling with my emotions, with my fear, with the hurt, and trying not to let that hurt turn into bitterness or cause me to become someone that I am not and I don't want to be. So this song came on, and I have to tell you, I simply wept as I listened to it over and over and over again. And recently, as I was going through my divorce process in the last year, this song popped into my head again. And I don't think that's an accident. I think that, God put it there for me to remind me of the person that I want to be. Because coming out of a situation like divorce or losing a best friend or being betrayed or being so deeply wounded, we can easily hold on to that and allow ourselves to become basically that person that hurt us. We can become that person to other people. And I recently was listening to actually the Dr. John Delony podcast, which I absolutely love, and I'll link in the notes today, that he said something that really just jolted me. And he said, you're not going to move forward unless you stop with the I'm judging you mode and move into an I'm with you mode. And at first I thought, that is really hard, because divorce is hard, co-parenting is hard, all of those things are difficult. And it's easy to sit back and judge what someone else does. It's a lot harder to say, we're a team and I'm with you on this. Even though you've hurt me in the past, this is how I'm choosing to move forward. And it was shortly after that I just felt led to play this song for myself. And once again, completely wept through the whole thing. And I want to share it with you today, because if you're at a place where you're not sure if you even want to forgive, this song is like a declaration of who you want to be. And it's okay if you're right now feeling like I don't want to forgive. And honestly, the truth is, if the hurt is ongoing and you're in an abusive situation, or you're in a situation where the hurt is ongoing and it's not stopping, then you can't forgive right now. It's just not, it's not possible to forgive when the hurt is ongoing. That is being walked over. That's not forgiveness. That is kind of just letting yourself be a victim that doesn't stand up for themselves. But once the divorce is final, once the custody battle is final, once you're fired from the job, once, all these different situations happen, that's when you step into that realm of forgiveness. And I'm reminded of Peter when he approached Jesus. And I can just imagine him in our day today, probably what he would have said is something like this: Jesus, why do I always have to be the one that forgives? Why do I always have to take the high road and say, I'm going to forgive someone that doesn't deserve it, that hasn't even asked for it? How can I do that? And what he said was, instead, Jesus, how many times am I expected to forgive my brother? And Jesus, we know, did not say, oh, Peter, you don't have to forgive. That hurt is too deep. You don't have to forgive your brother anymore. You've done it enough times. Instead, we know that Jesus said, not 7 times, Peter. You might think 7 times is a lot. And let me tell you, when you're hurt deeply, 7 times feels like 700 times. When your heart is just torn apart by the actions of someone else, then instead what Jesus said was not 7 times, but 70 times 7. And I remember, early on being like, well, that's 490. So, okay, that's like 1 year and a little bit more of forgiving someone every day, and then I'm done. But it doesn't work like that. What Jesus was saying is you keep forgiving. So I want to up front, before I share this song with you, I want to up front say a couple of things that are true about forgiveness. And this is me talking to you as a coach, as someone who has seen the forgiveness process, has lived through the forgiveness process, has read multiple books about forgiveness, been through therapy for forgiveness. These are a couple of things that are markers that you need to know. Number 1, forgiveness is forgiveness. Forgiveness is not trusting. You can forgive someone and not trust them again. You can forgive someone and they still have to build trust back up. That is what happens with broken trust. It has to be rebuilt. To forgive someone and then just expect to automatically trust them the same, that's not healthy. You need to see a change in them before you can trust their actions, their words. Before you can entrust your heart to them, you need to see that they can be trustworthy again. And that starts very small, and it takes a long time to rebuild. The second thing is forgiveness does not equal reconciliation. Just because you forgive someone does not mean that the relationship is going to be like it was before, or it's ever going to heal. There are a lot of people that say, if I forgive that person, then I have to be married to them. If I forgive that person, then I have to put them back in my life the way they were before. And that's just not true. Forgiveness is forgiving. It is not reconciliation. Forgiveness is an act of the will. It is me saying, I cancel the debt that you have against me, and I won't hold it against you anymore. That's forgiveness. It's nothing more, nothing less than that. So I want to share some of these lyrics with you today, before our time is up today, so that you can see the heart of this song. What I had to decide when it came to forgiveness was that I want to forgive. I wanted to want to. And that's not even an easy place to get. But if you can get to that place, I want to, God can take you the rest of the way for sure. So these are the lyrics to Kevin Levar's A Heart That Forgives. And I truly hope that whatever platform of music you use, that you will listen to this song, especially if you're struggling with forgiveness. He says, I want a heart that forgives, a heart full of love, one with compassion just like yours above, one that overcomes evil with goodness and love, like it never happened, never holding a grudge. I want a heart that forgives, that lives and lets live, one that keeps loving over and over again, one that men can't offend because your word is deep within, one that loves without price like you, Lord Jesus Christ. I want a heart that loves everybody, even my enemies. I want to love like, be like you, just like you did. I want a heart that forgives, want a heart that forgives. When the ones that are closest, that I've known the longest, they hurt me the most, I still want to love them just like you loved me, even though I'm hurting. I want a heart that forgives when the pain is so deep, it's so hard for me to speak about it to anyone. Just like your son, I give up my rights to hold it against them with hatred inside. I want a heart that loves everybody, even my enemies. I want to love like you, be like you, just like you did. I want to walk like you, talk like you, just like you did. Want to be like you, Jesus, just like you, Jesus Christ. I want a heart. Because the heart that forgives is the heart that will live totally free from the pain of the past. And the heart that lets go is the heart that will know so much freedom. God, I'm ready to let it go. God, I need to let it go. I know it's been holding me back, and I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it anymore. Here I am, Jesus. Here I am, Jesus. I love that song because it's honest. So today, if you're dealing with unforgiveness or not sure if you even want to forgive, it's okay. Give yourself grace. You've been wounded. And then start working with God on what that looks like for your heart. Because it is true what is said about forgiveness. Forgiveness is more for us than it is for the other person. It sets us free from the offense and the hurt. Thank you for listening today. I'm so glad to hold this safe and sacred space for you every Thursday so that you can have some hope that is worth repeating in your life, that is worth sharing with others. I hope that you will like and share and rate and review our Hope Worth Repeating podcast so it can go everywhere that God intends it to. I hope that today, if you know someone who's struggling with forgiveness because of the pain that is so deep, that you will share this with them so they can know that forgiveness is a struggle, but it is a struggle that is worth having in order to get our lives back. And that is hope worth repeating. Friends, I'll see you next week with a new creator, a new author, and a new work, so that you too can enjoy hope worth repeating. Don't forget to catch Behind the Mic podcasts with Mike Stone every Sunday so that you can hear conversations that will bring hope to your life and to others. Thanks for being here today. Bye for now.